Join me as I take on the challenge of finding wisdom in complete silence for the next hour. Can I really hear what it has to say? You know, in today's world, we're constantly bombarded with noise. Whether it's the notifications on our phones, the chatter of our friends and family, or the endless stream of information on social media, it's easy to get caught up in the din and forget the importance of pausing and reflecting. But what if I told you that wisdom awaits in the silence? That by quieting our minds and tuning into our inner thoughts, we can uncover insights and understanding that we may have otherwise overlooked. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle and forget to take a step back, breathe, and listen to ourselves. But silence is where the real magic happens. It's where we can truly tap into our intuition, our creativity, and our inner wisdom. So, I want to challenge you today to take a moment to pause, to quiet your mind, and to listen to what your inner self has to say. By doing so, you may be surprised at what you discover. You may uncover thoughts and emotions that you've been suppressing, or you may stumble upon new ideas and perspectives that you never knew you had. The point is, wisdom is waiting for us in the silence, and all we need to do is take a moment to listen. The constant stream of distractions in modern life can be overwhelming, to say the least. Our phones are constantly buzzing, our social media feeds are always updating, and our email inboxes are always full. It's no wonder that we're exhausted, anxious, and feeling utterly disconnected from ourselves and the world around us. But what if I told you that there's a way to break free from this cycle of distraction and find some much-needed peace and clarity? The truth is, we've become so accustomed to being constantly stimulated that we've forgotten what it's like to be truly present. We've forgotten what it's like to sit in silence, to listen to our thoughts, and to tune into our emotions. We've become so distracted that we've lost touch with ourselves, and it's taking a toll on our mental and emotional well-being. We're constantly searching for answers, for meaning, and for connection outside of ourselves, when in reality, the answers we're looking for are hiding in plain sight. They're hiding in the silence, waiting to be uncovered. But we need to be willing to listen, to pause, and to reflect in order to hear them. The distractions of modern life are endless, aren't they? From social media to email, to text messages, to TV, to video games, the list goes on. And it's no wonder that we're struggling to focus, to concentrate, and to find any semblance of peace and quiet in our lives. We're constantly jumping from one thing to the next, never really giving ourselves the time and space to truly absorb and process what we're experiencing. We're like ships passing in the night, never really connecting with ourselves or with others on a deeper level. And it's all because we're so afraid of the silence. We're afraid that if we stop, if we pause, if we take a moment to reflect, we'll be left with nothing but our thoughts, our emotions, and our insecurities staring back at us. We're afraid that we'll be forced to confront the parts of ourselves that we've been avoiding, that we'll be forced to take responsibility for our lives, and that we'll be forced to make changes. But what if I told you that that's exactly what we need? We need to be forced to confront ourselves, to take responsibility for our lives, and to make changes. We need to be forced to listen to our inner voices, to tap into our intuition, and to trust ourselves. Because when we do, that's when the real magic happens. That's when we find true wisdom, true understanding, and true connection. The silence is where the real learning happens, my friends. It's where we can truly absorb and process what we're experiencing, where we can truly connect with ourselves and with others on a deeper level. It's where we can find meaning, purpose, and direction in our lives. So, I want to challenge you today to take a moment to pause, to quiet your mind, and to listen to what your inner self has to say. Take a moment to reflect on your life, on your goals, and on your desires. Take a moment to connect with yourself on a deeper level. In our increasingly noisy world, it's easy to get caught up in the distractions and forget the importance of silence. But silence is where the real wisdom lies. It's where we can truly tap into our intuition, our creativity, and our inner wisdom. Silence is where we can find true clarity, true understanding, and true connection. It's where we can find ourselves, our purpose, and our direction in life. So, I want to encourage you to make silence a priority in your life. Make time for it, prioritize it, and cherish it. Because when you do, you'll be amazed at what you can discover. You'll be amazed at the wisdom that awaits you in the silence. Throughout history, philosophers, psychologists, and spiritual leaders have recognized the value of silence as a means of gaining insight, clarity, and understanding. From the ancient Greeks to modern-day thought leaders, the idea that silence can lead to profound wisdom is a timeless one. In many spiritual traditions, silence is seen as a means of connecting with the divine, with the universe, or with a higher power. It's seen as a way of quieting the mind and tuning into a deeper level of consciousness. In psychology, silence is often used as a therapeutic tool to help individuals process their emotions, work through trauma, and gain insight into their thoughts and behaviors. And in philosophy, silence is often seen as a means of contemplating the human condition, of questioning the nature of reality, and of seeking truth and understanding. So, it's clear that silence has been recognized as a powerful tool for gaining wisdom and understanding across many disciplines and traditions. But what about in our daily lives? How can we apply the principles of silence to our own lives, to gain greater insight, clarity, and understanding? One way is through meditation. By quieting the mind and focusing on the breath, we can begin to tune into our inner thoughts and emotions, and gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Another way is through journaling. By taking the time to reflect on our thoughts, feelings, and experiences, we can gain insight into our patterns, habits, and motivations, and make positive changes in our lives. And yet another way is through simply taking a moment to pause, to stop, and to listen. By doing so, we can begin to tune into our intuition, our creativity, and our inner wisdom, and gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The point is, silence is a powerful tool for gaining wisdom and understanding, and it's available to us all, at any moment. I want to share with you a personal story that illustrates the power of silence in gaining insight and understanding. A few years ago, I found myself at a crossroads in my life. I was feeling lost, uncertain, and unclear about my direction. So, I decided to take a few days to myself, to retreat into nature, and to spend some time in silence. I didn't bring my phone, my computer, or any distractions with me. I simply brought myself, and an open heart and mind. During those few days, I spent hours sitting in silence, listening to my thoughts, and tuning into my emotions. I spent hours journaling, reflecting, and contemplating my life. And it was during those few days that I had a profound realization. I realized that I had been living my life according to someone else's expectations, rather than my own desires and dreams. I realized that I had been afraid to take risks, to pursue my passions, and to be true to myself. And I realized that I had the power to change all of that. That experience was transformative for me. It was a turning point in my life, and it marked the beginning of a new chapter of growth, exploration, and self-discovery. So, I want to encourage you to take a moment to pause, to reflect on your life, and to listen to what your inner self has to say. You never know what wisdom and understanding you may uncover. In conclusion, wisdom awaits in the silence, my friends. It's waiting for us to pause, to listen, and to reflect. It's waiting for us to take a moment to quiet our minds, to tune into our intuition, and to trust ourselves. So, I want to leave you with a challenge today. Take a moment to pause, to quiet your mind, and to listen to what your inner self has to say. Take a moment to connect with yourself on a deeper level, and to tap into your inner wisdom. And remember, the silence is where the real magic happens. It's where we can truly find wisdom, understanding, and connection. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to share your own experiences with silence in the comments below, and if you're interested in exploring more on mindfulness and personal growth, be sure to check out my video on the power of mindfulness in everyday life.